Let me tell you a Greek love story. Once upon a time, there was a guy named Orpheus. Orpheus really cared about making good music, and he worked very hard to make it as nice as he possibly could. And at some point, he became such an amazing musician that he was actually able to charm like nature itself, like the the uh, the works of his musical genius actually affected the physics of the world, and that's pretty impressive. Anyways, he's in love with this young lady, and some bad things happen, and she gets killed. She gets bitten by a snake through a series of unpleasant circumstances. Dies. Orpheus is very sad. So Orpheus, who happens to be, by the way, one of the children of Apollo, the god of the sun. What does Apollo do? I don't know. It seems like there's a guy named Helios, and he does something with the sun, and then there's another guy named Apollo. I didn't really do very well in school. My point is that he's a demigod, this Orpheus fella. You know, his dad is a god, and so he's upset for a long period of time. Eventually, Apollo comes down and he's like, "Listen, it's been a long time. You should probably just stop mourning for your wife and get on with your life. You've got a lot of things to live for. You're a great musician, all that stuff." So Orpheus says, "No, I'm not going to do that. The only thing that would possibly make me want to live again is if I could get my wife back alive." And Apollo says, "Well, Jesus, why don't you just go down to Hades and get her?" And he didn't say Jesus, obviously, but the thing is that at that point, Orpheus goes, "Wait a minute, how the fuck do you do that?" And Apollo says, "Well, just go down there and be a musician. You're awesome. Just go down there and just charm everybody with your music." So Orpheus goes, "Okay, fine, I'll do it." So he does. By the way, Apollo didn't offer to help. He could have. I mean, he's a god. I'm sure he's got some resources or some pull or something. Nope. No, he's like, "Good luck." And Orpheus goes down to the bowels of the land of the dead, and he gets all the way through. He's got to get past a horrifying three-headed dog. The dog likes his music. He goes through. He gets a ride across the river by the psychopomp Charon, and everything's going swimmingly, or not swimmingly. He's riding a boat, and then he goes on to finally get to the throne of Hades, and Hades says, "Well, play me a song, and if I like it, I'll let you have your wife back. But if you don't, I'm gonna do something particularly nasty to you." And remember, this is a pantheon where if you are sympathetic that people are cold and you want to give them like fire, then a god will chain you to a rock and have an eagle eat your liver every day for the rest of time. So when a god says they're going to do something particularly nasty to you, you should consider that to be a real threat. Anyway, the he plays the song. It goes really well. Hades says, "Do you know what? That was really beautiful. You can have your wife back. Here she is." Oh, one thing though. You're going to have to walk out of here. And if you turn around and look at her at any point in this whole deal, you're, I'm going to take her back. So that's the deal. That's my little hook at the end of this story. So Orpheus gets all the way to the end of the land of the afterworld. He steps out and then he turns around, but she's still in the afterworld. She's just like a little bit behind him. And so, so as he's watching in horror, she gets pulled away by the spirits of the dead, and he's like, "Fuck!" And that's a Greek love story. Orpheus goes on with his life at that point. He's like, "Okay, well, I guess that's on me," and he decides to be a musician after all for the rest of his life and all that fun stuff. I just can't help but feel that if the Greeks just had some nicer stories. I don't know if you've ever been to Greece. It's really nice there. I mean, I don't understand what these assholes were so unhappy about, but every fucking story they come up with is awful. And if they had just had some maybe a little bit happier, nicer stories where maybe a hero doesn't get poisoned by venom and die by burning himself alive, or fucking get thrown off of a flying horse and break his hip and die on the rocks of a mountain or something like that. If there was just one fucking story in Greek myth that actually ended all right, maybe the whole history of the world would have been better. I blame the Greeks for everything that's happened since. Anyway, it's my 2 bits.